Hello YouTube. Well folks, it's the end of the world, and what better time than to upgrade and set up this MacBook. Let's do it. Now before I begin, you saw that I installed Snow Leopard on the MacBook when I was testing it out. Some of you are wondering how I got Snow Leopard onto a USB stick. Here's how I did it. I took my Snow Leopard DVD. This is 10.6. This is a 10.6.3 disc. Went to Disk Utility here on my MacBook Pro, my trusty big boy. As you can see, I imaged, not lying, Snow Leopard into a .dmg or a .damage file, as I like to call them. I picked that up from a friend of mine because it's funny. Basically, I'll show you what you do. Here's what you do. You take your Snow Leopard disc. You shove it into the slot. Doesn't that DVD drive just sound like it's going to break the moment you touch it? You wait for the disc to load. Hold on. There it goes. There's your macOS 10 DVD. Close that down. In Disk Utility, focus, you dumbass. You go to Images. No. In Disk Utility, you select the macOS install DVD. Either one, I think, will do. You click New Image up here. Change that from compress to read only. Click Save. And then you wait for it to image the disk. That's it. Done. That's how you image the disk itself. Now to put it onto a USB stick, first you take your USB stick, try to unfold it with one hand, shove it into this slot, and it'll load. Now the reason I didn't do CD to USB is because it just refuses to work for some reason. So what you want to do is take your Snow Leopard image, open and mount it. Quit verifying it, it's fine. And you have your image there. You go to the open volume on the image there. So you have this. You go to the Restore pane over here, and then you drag your flash drive thing over here to destination, and that's it. Click Restore. It'll image it to your USB stick. It's that easy. You don't have to download Carbon Copy Cloner or anything. It's all built into macOS 10 there. And Disk Utility's been in macOS 10 from the beginning, so it shouldn't be all that different for any version of OS 10. So, there you have it, guys. That's how to image a USB stick with Snow Leopard or any other version of OS 10. You just need a DMG file. You got to mount the DMG file, and then you restore that mounted drive to a flash drive or an external hard drive or whatever you want to use for it. You can use anything that's USB based, really. Oh, whoa! We're on the red desk now. That means serious business. So that means we got to flip this baby over and open it up and change this whole thing out. Let's do it. Of course, get the battery. Get this Duracell battery here to undo the battery thing there. Unscrew these 3 screws to take this little thing out, and then we're going to get the hard drive out. Show you what's in there. Alright, after using one of my miniature Radio Shack screwdrivers and getting these little screws out, we can pull this baby out. Stop being so blurry, would you? Yes. Go under there and fish the tab out with your finger. That's what I do anyway. And then just pull. And there you have it. That's what was in here. I used a leftover 250 gigabyte Western Digital hard drive from that HP DV6000 in an earlier video. I need more than 250 gigs for what I'm going to do with this machine, though, so we're going to upgrade this. First thing you need to know about these caddies is, if you can call them caddies, they use Torx screws. So you're going to need either a bit or a screwdriver the right size, and that, in this case, is a T8 screwdriver. I have a T8 individual screwdriver here. You can use bits. You can use whatever you want. I just happen to have a set of Craftsman screwdrivers. So let's undo this. There you go. There's the Western Digital hard drive. I'm still going to use this. Not going anywhere. But look at this caddy. It might as well be aluminum foil. I mean, really. It's just like aluminum foil. But it shields it just fine. So it's effective for what you use it for. Now, what are we going to use as a replacement drive? Well, I have it here in this Nexstar hard drive enclosure. We have a 500 gigabyte Western Digital Scorpio Blue drive. So this will be much, much better than this drive. Probably a little bit faster as well. This particular MacBook is the 1,1, so it's the first generation MacBook, so it only has SATA 1 on it, which is 1.5 gigabits per second, whichever it is. Either way, it's the first generation SATA, so it's not that fast. So this drive is faster than this one, so this will definitely be an upgrade. So let's do this. Alright, beautiful. It's in the enclosure. Let's stick it back in. So you just fold the tab down like that. Then you lay the disc flat, and then you just push it back until it is all the way in. So put the this back in. I have to use a flathead to kind of push these down because they don't quite fit right, because this particular tab is from a different MacBook. So that's not a huge deal, but I can deal with it. So screw that back in and you should be all good. Alright, it's all buttoned up and ready to go. Now we just need to get my Snow Leopard USB stick in there, this is just this cheap Memorex 8 gig stick. It used to be my main flash drive. So let's stick that in there next to the mouse, and we're good. And this is the mouse I'm using, by the way. It's just a cheap $20 Logitech mouse. It's been a good mouse for as long as I had it, so let's do this. Turn that on and hold the Option key. Hear the bong. And then we go to, there was Windows installed on this drive. Let's go to the macOS install DVD. And it will boot up, and we will install OS X on here. Oh yeah, look at that. So let's go to Utilities, go to Disk Utility here. Hear that DVD drive just going eh. So as you can see, Windows was on this. So I'm going to partition the disk. Hope you can see that. I'm going to partition the disk. Just make it one partition. Make sure it's a GUID partition table for OS X on an Intel Mac. Of course, change from Untitled 1 to Macintosh HD, because that's what it is by default. So, partition that shit, man. I should turn the TV down so it doesn't interfere with the video as much. So anyway, this thing will partition, all that fun stuff. Alright, it's all partitioned and everything. It's just, I spelled Macintosh wrong. Oops, I'll fix that. Alright, what we're going to do is customize this. Come on. We're going to install Rosetta and QuickTime 7, because those are important, of course. I'm not going to worry about everything else, that's fine. Install all that fun stuff. And we're in business. So this will install. And then we'll get the intro movie. And then we'll do stuff with it. One thing I've noticed about this MacBook is that fans seem to run quite loudly. Listen to that. This is likely because it's using the CPU. Those fans get pretty loud. This is a Core Duo as well, and those tend to get hot as well. So I'm guessing that's why it's happening. These things get a little loud sometimes. Alright, rebooted, so it's gonna give me that movie soon. It's gonna give me it right now, in fact. Here she goes. Oh yeah, look at that. We have success. Now I'll set this thing up, and we will get on with the whole thing. Alright, I have a 120 gigabyte SSD in this enclosure now, which I have copied the my iLife 06 disk image onto. I couldn't find my actual physical disk, so I just grabbed the disk image I made of it off of my file server and stuck it on there. So, plug that in here. It's just a 128 gig SSD I have. It's kind of it's a big flash drive basically. There it is. No, I don't want to use an NTFS drive as a time machine backup. So I'll copy this to, you know what? I can't see disks or folders. This is kind of annoying. Yeah, that's better. So, new Finder window. We'll copy this to the Documents folder. How about that? Yeah. Copy that right there. And there you go. Copying right off the SSD. And oh my god, the power just flickered. I don't know if you saw that. I guess the weather isn't so good. Alright, I got that image copied over and I got it mounted, so we're going to install iLife 06 now. Alright. Yep. Install that. Customize. So I don't need iWeb. I don't need iDVD. Because this thing doesn't even burn DVDs. I don't need iPhoto or iTunes. I just need iMovie HD and GarageBand. That's it. Alright. Installing that. And all shall be good. Alright, now that that's installed, we get to update the crap out of this thing. To a software update and do that. Oh yeah, checking for all the software. Alright, finally finished detecting all of this. Look at all this crap. Lots of iLife updates, an airport utility update, and of course the macOS 10 update to 10.6.8, which is a gig by itself. So, this is going to take a while. I'm not going to bore you guys too much. I'll pick up after I'm done all this crap. Alright, so for an office suite, we're going to go vintage on this computer. I have an old copy of AppleWorks 6 that I think is PowerPC only. Luckily, this has Rosetta installed, so I can install this. Let's try it out. So I'll get that on there and show you that. Okay. So now we're going to try AppleWorks 6. I'll just show you what it looks like. I used this on macOS 9 back in the day. Ignore my washing machine in the background there. Basically what it gives you is word processing, spreadsheets, databases, drawing, painting, and presentation. So word processing is, as you would expect, it's word processing. Type letters and they show up. You can adjust your margins and all that fun stuff. So then you can do painting, so you could actually draw stuff, which is pretty fun. That's the main reason I wanted this program in here, is just so I could use it for drawing random things. And for the fun of it, let's say I get a Wacom tablet, I could probably hook it up to here and use that, even though I can't draw at all. So I just thought that'd be fun to use because it was such a full-featured suite back in the day. And it runs on PowerPC, so I can use the Rosetta. I don't think Rosetta is an emulator. I think it's a code interpreter. I can't quite remember what it is. But it works, so there you go. Alright, and this is truly paying homage to Alfred.tv, Otto Blasi here on YouTube, and we're going to install Windows XP on this computer to make it productive. So I have the product key on an index card there, and a Windows XP CD here, so let's install this. Alright, so we'll start the Boot Camp Assistant there to partition the hard drive. I already have a disk, so we're good with that. Divide equally. That's what I want. So I get 250 gigs for both partitions. That was the idea of upgrading to a 500, so I get 250 for each. Partition that. Aw, yeah. Insert your Windows installation disk and click Start Installation. You'll need an authentic installation disk for Windows 7 Home Premium, Professional, or Ultimate. Well, since they tell me to use Windows 7, I'm going to insert this Windows XP disk. Yep. I'm rebelling against you. You stupid dialog box. Alright, start installation. So it'll reboot itself here. And here we go. Put my hand on the enter button there. Do your thing, computer. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Show me the money. Oh, yeah, there you go. The Windows setup is commencing. Alright, we're at the Windows XP Home Edition setup. Now, coincidentally, this copy of Home Edition I actually bought for my original 2006 MacBook Pro I had at the time. So, it's kind of going back to the way things were in those days, which is kind of nice. So, let's install this. Format. Let's do it. Go, 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 Windows XP, go. So it'll copy its files, it'll do all that happy stuff. I'll go through, I'll enter the product key, type my name, and, you know, my company, right? And, all that fun stuff. Yeah. Alright, that was pretty annoying. I was trying to install Service Pack 3 several times, and it kept saying I didn't have enough space, and I have a 250 gig partition, for God's sake. I have plenty of space. So I installed the Windows drivers off of the Leopard disk here, and after getting all the chipset drivers installed, it seems that it's working. At least I hope it does. It seems to be, so it's installing now, and it'll work. I don't use Windows Update to do it. I actually download the exe from Microsoft and do it that way, just because it seems to work more often when I do it that way. So, there you have it. Look at all this Fisher-Price glory. Yeah, blue and green. Reminds me of when I first started using, you know, Windows when I was seriously getting into computers. So, yeah, I'll let this go. Alright, now that we have Windows XP on this machine, we're going to make it even more productive by putting Office on it. So let's do that. Installing all the updates. Look at all that. Oh man. Endless security updates, lots of Office updates, all the works. Alright, I finished the basic laundry list of software I'm going to install on these Macs, or on this Mac rather. I'm sure I'm going to install more as time goes by, but I've got my basic stuff that I need right now on Mac OS X and Windows. I'm about to make a DMG for somebody, so excuse me while I do that. Alright, let me let that image itself Anyway, I'll talk about what I've installed here while it's doing that. Excuse that noisy DVD drive, it's kind of annoying. We got Firefox and Opera, the two browsers I typically use. I've got Adium there, which is the Mac version of libpurple, which normally you'd see on Linux and Windows as Pigeon. It's a client for multiple IM protocols such as MSN, AIM, Yahoo, Google Talk. Soon I won't be using MSN on it anymore since they're getting rid of that, but that's what I typically use. I don't like using 5 different IM programs at once. I like using one client that does everything. Below that I have Colloquy, an outdated version because they stopped supporting Snow Leopard actually, which is a shame. It's an IRC client. Skype, of course, the latest version. Actually, I should just do this so you can see them a little bit better. Of course, there's iTunes. That icon hasn't refreshed to the new one yet. I got Photo Booth. What the hell? I'll open that. Come on, Photo Booth. Hey, there's me filming you, filming me. Alright, and below that, of course, there's Time Machine, which I usually never go into, and then I have iMovie 06 and GarageBand, AppleWorks, and Disk Utility, of course, which I'm using now to image this particular disk. So that's what I've done on the Mac. I've just installed my laundry list of stuff. This isn't going to be used as any crazy machine. It's just going to be used for just everyday tasks like IMing and web browsing and things like that. I'm not going to be doing anything graphically intensive on here. It's just all going to be text and video, pretty much. Text, images, video, and then utility stuff like networking and disk images and all that fun stuff. It'll be nothing special. So I don't need a powerful machine for that. So this will work fine. So I'll let that disk image, and then I'll go into Windows and show you what I've done to that. One thing I should say is that let me see if I can get these windows out of the way. The background here is actually one of the stock backgrounds you get with OS X. It's one of the few operating systems with stock backgrounds that I like. I love this rock background. It looks really nice. So on Windows, I've changed a whole lot more. And considering the XP theme is pretty ugly, I changed that as well. So I'll show you that in a second here. Steam has come knocking at my chamber door. Go away, Steam. But anyway, this is my Windows XP install that I'll probably have until Windows XP is no longer supported in 2014. Then I'll proceed to put Windows 7 on here. But I might as well use XP for a while and, have fun with it while I still can. Although I might end up putting 7 on here just because listen to that fan. I'm doing nothing on this computer and the fan is revving up. You know what, let's go into the task manager and see what the hell's going on. I'm doing nothing. Like, what the hell? Alright. I guess the fans just has a mind of its own. But anyway, this is my Windows installation I have. I have my laundry list of applications here. WinRAR, Army, Claire Classic, Firefox, Dropbox, Opera, Revo Uninstaller, Pigeon, uTorrent, Audacity, QuickTime Player, Komodo Internet Security, FileZilla, Skype, Foxit Reader for PDFs, Smart Defrag 2, GIMP, Steam, Info Recorder, and VLC, of course. There you have it. That's my laundry list of applications for Windows. It appears that the fan is slowing down, so maybe that was just some initial thing. I don't know what's going on. But either way, that's the Windows installation. It's all set up here. So that is a Doomsday setup of this MacBook. I don't know why I made this video. I'm not really sure why, because I don't usually do stuff like this. But either way, I hope you enjoyed it, and have a good one, everybody. Ciao.